This video is part of my full 10-hour Godot course just released in mid-May 2025. Every day new students are joining and leveling up their Godot skills, and you can too. Want to learn more? Click in the description down below. Whenever you are moving an area 2D, which should be moved in the process, by the way, that is not the key of the video here. Whenever you move an object that is not a character body, so you are not moving it with velocity and then using move and slide, to this formula in which you get the position at a certain direction and you multiply that certain direction by the speed, you also have to multiply that by delta. With that, what you will get is constant movement. Now this is going to be like super small. It is still moving like just a little bit, okay? So right now we're going to be having a movement that is going to be like relative to the player. The player used to be 300, so if we set this to something like 150, okay, here we have it. By the way, I am running the current scene with the shortcut F6, okay? So now the velocity is relative. Remember, if we don't multiply this by delta, this goes crazy, okay? So what is actually going on here? And here comes the important explanation on why this is important. Games run at a certain FPS or frames per second. And what happens is that these process functions are called at every frame, okay? And maybe you know that PCs run at very different frames per second. So what I want you to do right now is to go to this process and print and type engine.getCurrent. Sorry, this wasn't the formula, it was get frames per second, it was, and run the object sim. In my case, the game is currently running at something like 800 FPS, 700, something like that. In your PC, it may be more, it may be less. So what happens is that in my case, if we just take this part, delta, or actually process, sorry, is being run 759 times every second, okay? But as we have seen, there are some PCs that may have run at different speeds, okay? Yours may be slower or faster, and there were also changes in the frame rate as we were playing. Here it was a little bit less, here it was 850. So to see this difference even more, what I want you to see, let me not multiply this value. Well, yes, let me leave it over there. I will add the ready function, and I will do the following. I will do engine.set max, sorry, this was max FPS. I'm going to clamp my frames per second to 60. If we multiply by delta, we get the exact same speed, okay? You can count it, okay? So let's actually make it a little faster so that we can actually kind of count it, how many seconds it takes. 1, 2, 3 seconds, okay? Now, if we are playing at 600 FPS, for example, 1, 2, 3 seconds. What happens if we leave it exactly like that and we don't multiply this by delta? Okay, it took like 0.1 seconds or even less. Okay, so why multiplying by delta is important here when we are modifying a position is because how many times we move the object depends on the frame rate, okay? A faster PC may execute process more times than a slower PC. Therefore, the user in the faster PC will see the object moving faster, whereas a user with a slower PC will find that its object moves slower, okay? So of course, that is something that you never want in a game, probably. So that's why delta, I'm not going to dig deeper into what exactly delta is. It's not really important at this stage. What is really important for you is to understand that. Now, what you may be thinking about is, okay, but here we have not used delta, or at least we have only used it in our gravity, but we have not used it over here when we are actually setting its direction and everything. So why exactly is that? Because automatically the character body 2D, what it does is that automatically when you call move and slide, it automatically multiply this, basically the velocity, by delta. That's why you don't have problems, okay, with the frame rate. Once again, if you are at 600 FPS and you play the game, you will see that the player moves at the exact same speed, okay, as if we were in 30 FPS. I don't know if you can see it actually in the recording, but this is moving like much more laggier right now, or even more. Let's clamp it to just 10. And maybe you do see, no, well, right now no, because it's executed on the object. So let me execute this on the player. There we go. And there you have it, okay? It is still going at the exact same speed, okay? It is looking super laggy, but it still takes the exact same time to go from point A to point B, for example, if you wanted to count it manually. So it's automatically applied. Now, you may be thinking, okay, but why is here actually multiplied by delta? So how I like to go about these things is just experimenting what happens. So here we're actually doing a velocity times equals great gravity dot delta. So we're basically just applying gravity, okay? What is get gravity? Okay, if we get over here, it's a vector 2, which is basically the gravity vector of the world, basically, to make it easy. So let's not actually multiply by delta. And what we will see is that the gravity now is like, I don't know, it's super rough, okay? It's super strong, actually, not rough. So why is that actually happening? We have this warning out here, but it doesn't matter. Now, the problem here, well, the thing here is that whenever we are adding to a velocity something, we do have to multiply that by delta. When we are assigning a value to the velocity, we don't have to. In reality, if you do multiply this by delta, you may have some problems, some errors. Maybe collisions are not detected correctly. Maybe the movement doesn't work properly. So here the key thing is that whenever you assign a value here in a character body, velocity, you don't multiply it by delta. You just multiply it when you actually add something or even subtract something from a velocity. Don't ask me why. This is how the character body currently works like. For me, it would be like the best thing to just unify everything and say, okay, don't use delta in a character body. We do it automatically in the background. But this is how it works currently in Godot, okay? And that's what we have to deal with right now. So I know it may have sound a little bit complicated, but hopefully now we have a better understanding on delta, areas versus character bodies to this, how to move an area versus how to move a character body. So pretty interesting information. Please try to understand it as much as possible. If not, ask me any questions. But once again, this is really going to help you develop that logical thinking even more.